Growing up, one of the best things my mother would make at Thanksgiving was her stuffing. The only thing was she would use like whole wheat sandwich bread, which is kind of basic. I still love you, Mom. I adore your stuffing, but I wanted to kick it up a notch by using some more flavorful breads. The only thing I did keep was her secret ingredient, which is apples. It had such a gorgeous sweetness. Honestly, the stuffing isn't just great for Thanksgiving. You can make it any time of year. So let's get started with our bread. I love sourdough because it adds really great flavor and structure. I think a key part that you need to know when you're making stuffing is the balance of breads. I'm using something with some structure and something that's a little bit softer and more buttery. You want that combo of both because no one likes mushy stuffing. So I'm slicing this into 1-inch kind of thick planks. And then from there, you don't have to get so precious. You just want to take your slices and then start to tear it into 1-inch pieces. Just like that. Don't get crazy, it's gonna be great. I have 2 sheet pans here, and we're just going to spread them out. A little bit of an arm workout. And this is actually one of the parts of the recipe that I would always help my mother make growing up. Challah is my favorite bread ever. It's super soft, super luxurious. It's gonna add so much richness to your stuffing. We have our sourdough, challah ready to go into the oven. Preheated oven, 300 degrees. We're just gonna bake it for about 15 to 20 minutes. You don't want dry. We just want it to be like on its way to becoming croutons. Now let's chat vegetables. We have 3 leeks here. Alliums are the base of almost any recipe, but for Thanksgiving, I find that leeks really give that Thanksgiving vibe you're looking for. They're a lot more delicate in flavor. Here's the deal with leeks. You gotta clean them really well. The easiest way to do that, took off the tops, we're gonna take off the bottoms. Now we're just going to slice them lengthwise. Reveal these beautiful layers. This is where all the sand and dirt gets caught. I'm gonna pop it into a bowl of water. And you just wanna go through and start to get it nice and clean. We're just going to thinly slice these. Think about like 1/4-inch slices. Put it to the side, and what that means is we're going to use 2 carrots, 2 parsnips, and 2 stalks of celery. We really want nice, like little bite size. Not too small, not too big. I'm looking for a nice small dice. And we're gonna start to build this all in one bowl. Parsnips. They are one of my favorite vegetables. This is one of my favorite ingredients to use in all of fall because it's super cozy. It's got that real nice depth of earthiness, bit of sweetness. I've got herbs. I'm using thyme and sage today. We're adding just enough to perfume the whole dish. Everyone is very different in terms of their love of garlic. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've used 8 before, 10. I love a lot of garlic, so you really can kind of do this to your own vibe. Last but not least, we're gonna do a 1/2 cup of minced parsley. Just grab a nice handful and we're gonna run our knife through it. Now that our parsley is minced, the last thing we gotta do is chop up an apple. This is the one thing that my mother taught me, and that is the secret to a great stuffing: apples. It's gonna add that perfect sweetness, that punch of fall. And the one thing I want you to know is that a Honeycrisp is the supreme variety. But what I love about these is they don't brown really quickly. It's gonna be nice and bright and still add all of that gorgeous sweetness. Our bread is toasted. I'm gonna let that cool slightly, but meanwhile, we're gonna start sauteing our veggies. Got a pan here over medium-high heat. We are going to melt a full stick of butter. It's Thanksgiving, you gotta treat yourself. Definitely not a time for diet food. But butter, I mean, who doesn't love butter? Our butter is melted and bubbling. You do wanna make sure it's nice and hot. Not burning, not browning yet, but all melted. We're gonna add in our leeks. We're cooking down our leeks until they are nice and jammy. Sounds cute, but really it's a scientific term. They're going to release all of that beautiful sugar, which is going to caramelize, and then it's going to really look like jam at the end. I warned you that leeks are quintessential for the aromas of Thanksgiving. Butter, leeks right now, I already smell stuffing. I'm telling you, this is the most important thing, especially when your guests arrive. They're going to smell your kitchen. It's going to be so delicious. And we are going to keep going and add all of our chopped veggies. We have our carrots, parsnips, and celery. We're starting to cook these vegetables, but we're not looking to fully cook them. At this point, Let's start seasoning. I think that too often people do not season as they go. It's such a crucial aspect to make sure that everything tastes seasoned and not salty. There really is something magical when like garlic hits a hot pan. And just like that, we're done with our cooking. Our vegetables are sauteed. I'm gonna let these cool down for a little bit. Why do you want them to cool down? It's all going back in the oven. That's because we're gonna be tossing this up with our hands. You do not want to burn yourself. Y'all ready to toss? It's the sound of crunchy bread. This is where the magic starts to happen. Let's go in with these veggies. Get every last bit of butter. We got our Honeycrisp apple, parsley, 2 cups of apple cider, and then 2 cups of vegetable stock. We got the stock, we got the vegetables. We need something to brighten this up. Cut through all of that richness, and I find that a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar is just gonna help add a little bit more balance. Half a cup of heavy cream, more richness, more custardy goodness. We're using 3/4 cup of nuts. Last but not least, we have our eggs. You want to be not delicate. We're not trying to obliterate the bread, but we do want to start to squeeze in all of these juices and get it kind of homogeneous, because really, like, you don't want your stuffing to fall apart as you cut into it. I have a 9x13 baking dish. You could use ceramic, you could use glass, you could use something that is an heirloom from your grandmother, anything that's going to hold this stuffing. I've bumped up the temperature to 375, and we're going to bake this for about 50 to 60 minutes till it's beautifully golden, cooked through. Your whole kitchen's going to smell even better. Now this is a stuffing. You have the nice little golden bits of crispy bread. The center is going to be nice and delicious and have soaked up all of the flavors of our vegetables, herbs. You got the apples. This is going to be a stuffing your family's going to be talking about forever. Let's give it a try. I'm a big believer in the corner piece. You worked for this, you get it. Great bread to veggie ratio. It's like if Thanksgiving was wrapped up into a bread pudding and really, 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 really given like a warm hug, it's this stuffing. I'm gonna keep eating this, but have a happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.